Ambassador Zara Vex 9 stood before the Galactic Defense Council, her cybernetic implants glowing softly as she processed the devastating news. The holographic display showed Earth's orbital defenses, or rather, the pitiful remnants that remained after the hegemony's assessment. "Honored counselors," she began, her voice steady despite the weight of what she was about to reveal. "The Korthax hegemony has declared humanity a Class F civilization. They claim our homeworld possesses no meaningful defensive capabilities. The assembled alien dignitaries, a mixture of crystalline Veltar, gaseous Nimbus entities, and the insectoid Jekti, murmured among themselves. Council Prime Kelvash, a towering Veltar whose crystal formations pulsed with ancient authority, resonated his response through the chamber's translation matrix. "The assessment appears accurate, Ambassador Vex 9. Our sensors detect only 12 orbital platforms around your world. The hegemony fields battle fleets numbering in the thousands." Zara allowed herself a small smile. "With respect, Prime Kelvash, your sensors may not be detecting everything." 3 weeks earlier, Admiral Sarah Chen had stood in the command center of Sanctuary Station, humanity's most closely guarded secret, hidden within the Kuiper Belt, disguised as nothing more than a large asteroid. The station coordinated Earth's true defensive network. "Ma'am," reported Lieutenant Commander Torres, "the hegemony scout ships have completed their survey of Earth's orbital space. They've cataloged exactly what we wanted them to see." Chen nodded, her weathered face betraying decades of military service and the weight of humanity's greatest deception. Through the station's viewports, she could see the construction yards where humanity's hidden fleet lay dormant. Hundreds of ships that officially didn't exist, built from materials mined in the outer system and powered by technologies the galaxy believed humans were centuries away from developing. "Project Lazarus remains undetected?" Chen asked. "Completely, Admiral. The hegemony has no idea we've been studying their technology for the past 50 years. Every crashed ship, every failed diplomatic mission, every time they thought they were demonstrating their superiority, we were learning." The origins of humanity's deception stretched back to first contact. When the Korthax hegemony had arrived, at Earth with their demands for tribute and submission, they had expected to find another primitive species ripe for conquest. What they found instead was a species that had mastered the art of appearing weak while growing strong. Dr. Elena Vasquez, head of the Reverse Engineering Division, had spent her entire career dissecting alien technology. In her laboratory beneath the Sahara Desert, she had unlocked the secrets of faster-than-light travel, energy shielding, and most importantly, the quantum stealth technology that now hid humanity's true fleet. "The beautiful thing about being underestimated," she had once told her team, "is that your enemies never see the knife until it's already between their ribs." Back in the council chamber, the debate raged on. The hegemony's war prime Thakmor, a brutish creature whose species had conquered a dozen worlds through sheer aggression, broadcast his contempt through the translation system. "This is waste of council time. Humans have no fleet, no weapons of significance. We will take their world as tribute within one solar cycle." "The hegemony's assessment stands," agreed several other council members. "Earth lacks the industrial capacity for meaningful resistance." Zara's implants chimed softly, a message from Admiral Chen. Phase 1 was complete. It was time. "Counselors," Zara said, raising her voice above the diplomatic chatter, "I believe there may be a flaw in your sensors." She activated her personal, holographic projector. The chamber fell silent as the display showed the space around Earth, but this time it showed everything. Where before there had been empty space, now hundreds of ships materialized as their stealth systems deactivated. Massive dreadnoughts emerged from behind the moon. Strike cruisers uncloaked from within Earth's asteroid belt, and surrounding the hegemony's own invincible fleet, which had been lurking at the edge of the system, thousands of smaller human vessels appeared like wolves circling their prey. War Prime Thakmor's translator struggled to process his shocked vocalizations. "Impossible. Our sensors showed nothing." "Your sensors," Zara replied calmly, "showed exactly what we wanted them to show." The display zoomed in on one of the human dreadnoughts. Its hull bore scars from a dozen battles, battles the galaxy had never heard of, fought in the dark between the stars against hegemony advanced scouts and rival species exploration fleets. Each engagement had been classified, each victory attributed to mechanical failures or navigational errors on the enemy's part. Council Prime Kelvash's crystalline form pulsed rapidly, the Veltar equivalent of stunned silence. Ambassador, how long have you possessed such capabilities? Long enough, Zara answered. We've been listening to your communications, studying your tactics and preparing for this moment since the day you first arrived at our world with demands. The holographic display shifted to show human shipyards hidden throughout the outer system, facilities that had been producing warships for decades while the galaxy believed Earth was struggling to achieve basic spaceflight. Asteroid mines that had been disguised as natural formations, training facilities where human crews had learned to fight using captured alien technology. Admiral Chen's voice crackled through the chamber's communications array, broadcast from the bridge of the dreadnought Unconquered. War Prime Thakmor, your fleet is currently surrounded and outgunned by a ratio of 3 to 1. I suggest you reconsider your position. On the tactical display, the hegemony's supposedly unstoppable armada looked suddenly small and vulnerable, scattered and confused as human ships emerged from impossible hiding places throughout the system. Thakmor's rage was palpable. You dare threaten the hegemony? We have conquered worlds across the galaxy. And now, Admiral Chen replied, you found one that conquered you first. You just didn't know it yet. Zara turned to address the council. Honored members, humanity requests a formal reclassification. We believe Class A status would be more appropriate. The silence stretched for long moments before Council Prime Kelvash resonated his response. Motion approved. Unanimously. As the hegemony fleet began its humiliating withdrawal from Earth space, Zara allowed herself a moment of satisfaction. Humanity had learned long ago that the greatest strength often came from being underestimated. They had turned their apparent weakness into their greatest weapon, and now the galaxy would learn what humans had always known: that the most dangerous enemy is the one you never see coming. The age of human expansion had begun, not with conquest, but with the revelation that it had been happening all along.